Getting those box entries in your previous game was just a bit challenging for the team. Are you looking to play a bit more aggressively today?
Yeah, today we thought we need to be a bit aggressive in creating those pockets where we can take advantage of those pockets that are opening in the critical areas and try to bury as quickly as possible.
You've kept the same squad. Maybe also just tell us a little bit about the trust that you have in the squad that did the job in the previous game.
Yeah, I have confidence in them. It's one of those games, again, if you play another team, you look at their not only tactical but their physical makeup. And then you realize, okay, this is like Lesotho, it's a team that is playing football, carpet football. So we know they will allow us to play our game, unlike the intimidative one where they was too physical and were denying us to play the way we wanted to play.
Where do you think the game will be won today?
Where? I can't make a prediction, but any team that will dominate the game will emerge the victorious one. Yeah.
All the best, Coach.
Thank you very much.
A loss in the opening game. How deep does your team have to dig today?
It's not very easy, Mbale, to lose the first game and then think you are okay. We were not okay losing the first game. We were not expecting to lose the game, but I think we are ready to dig as deep as we want to win the next game, to win this game today. Yeah.
Well, weather is certainly on your side today. What are some of the areas that you saw in the previous game that you worked on in training ahead of today's game?
The first thing that we worked on training session is the finishing, because we know we are going to get chances. We got chances in the last game, we didn't convert. We are going to get chances today, and we tried to work on that so that we finish the chances that we created. Yeah. I think one more thing is the team that we played with, Zimbabwe, was playing long balls behind our defense. We tried to manage that. That's one other thing that we were working on the training session. Yeah.
Let's talk about just your one change today.
We want to play. The temperature is okay today. It's not hot like it was the last game. So we put another midfielder in the middle of the pack. One for athleticism, we put one winger on the right. It's a new player in the team, so we want to attack. I think the purpose is to attack today. Yeah.
Thank you, Coach. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Well, advantage Botswana going into this one. It is 2-0 to the Botswana side, and Lesotho left wanting, and a lot of work to do and a lot of things to talk about now in the change room from Coach Pule Khojana, who already has spoken of his intent that he needs to score early and take control of this game, but certainly this game is slipping away from him. But joining me is Pinky Machachachi. Pinky, let's talk about what you saw in the first half.
I think Botswana has really came for this game. You know, they're very good, especially in the middle field. You could see how they're suffocating Lesotho with those passes, especially, you know, getting them in the middle field and wide, where they know they've got the strongest players in the wide and where they can take players on and eventually score.
Yeah, absolutely. They are packing that midfield and also making sure that they cut any supply going into Lesotho. But I mean, when you look at just how strongly Botswana have started, can they keep up this momentum going into the second half?
I believe so. I mean, they're very comfortable on the ball. They share the ball very, you know, they know each other. They've been playing with each other for quite some time. They know their own, their players' strength. So they played on the feet, they take them on. So it's very exciting to watch them play.
Yeah. Well, absolutely, it is the advantage to Botswana already getting that early goal at first, but also making sure that they don't go to the change room without getting another goal. But it was all about Botswana. From the onset, the high press was there, Pinky.
Of course. course. I mean, if you want some goals, you need to high press. You need to make sure that they make mistakes, and that's what they did. You know, pressing Lesotho, making sure that they make those mistakes, and eventually getting, that ball hitting the post.
Yeah, those attempts already were there, rattling the goalkeeper as well as the defense, ya Lesotho. And this is how now the first game call came with the player of the match of the previous game, Lona Kgaofetoge.
Of course, I mean, she's very good on the eye, very good player. You could see how she, is very comfortable on the ball. When she hit that ball, she knew where that ball was going into.
What does now Lesotho have to do? Because now you see they're playing really, really deep. Yes, we saw towards the end of the half them actually getting box entries, but now how do they now swing the favor back, to them and just get a goal?
Listen, I think because there's so many of them in the middle field, but they ball watching. They just need to pick a man and stick to the game plan. Because most of them, they're working, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. So pick up the man and make sure that you don't lose your what you've been assigned to do.
Yeah. Balotani Johannes was that scorer that scored that second goal. But I mean, you already see Pinky 10 goal attempts, and already we've seen 2 goals from them. So they're certainly making more use of their chances.
Of course, I mean, I suspect we'll see more goals coming in because they take their chances, Botswana. And even with the stats, we can see they're sharing the ball, they're comfortable on the ball. So I think second half we'll see more goals coming in.
Will we see more goals coming in? We know that Lesotho certainly has a lot of things to talk about, but it is now for them to come back into this game. Pinky, as always, I'm going to let you go. We're going to do a little bit of a substitute as now we are getting into our half-time interview with Mr. Vivian Lottering, who is, of course, the president of the Gauteng Sports Federation. Mr. Vivian, it's always a pleasure talking to you. For those who don't know, maybe tell us a little bit about what the president of the Gauteng Sports Federation actually does.
Well, it's a tricky question. Yes, as you're aware that I'm the president of it's quite a big organization. We got 54 members that is part of the Gauteng Sports Confederation. My work is to oversee making sure that we implement the policy of government. We are the implementers of government's policy. Government enable and we implement. So we got 54 federations, I say, and we through our federations we implement. We're responsible for developing of sport from grassroots level up to high performance. We are the leaders of social society, and we're making sure that transformation is taking place in sport. We're making sure that proper structures are formed in the different areas in Gauteng. And my work is to oversee and making sure that all that is done through our federations.
How much of impact have the Sochini Cohesion Games had on the country, the province as a whole?
It is a magnificent program. It is a program that I wish we can run every 3 months in a year. Because the Sochini program is providing opportunities for the poorest of the poor, and that is what we need to focus on. Sometimes in our sporting confederations and in a sports environment, the elite and those that have is normally coming through. But the Sochini Games is focusing on those who don't have. And it's important that we support this program. And I'm so happy with our government that has bought into this program and is making it possible for the poorest of the poor to get that exposure. This program is, obviously you're aware that out of the Sochini Games we have got basketball players and some football players that's been identified by international coaches to be part of their programs overseas.
Yeah, I know one of your biggest babies, if I can put it that way, is chess.
Yes.
Your love for chess and how you've been really running with the Chess Federation. Talk to us a little bit about the growth of chess in South Africa.
It's one of the fastest growing sports in the country. When chess gets together, there's over 3,500 kids at a time that's playing chess. It is hard because of the challenges that are existing in chess, but through SESCOC we are embarking onto a road of where we can put chess back onto the road and lift the suspension. I know for a fact there's discussions now that the elections will take place somewhere in November. There's some things behind the scenes taking place, but I'm just very happy that decisions are taken to move chess forward. Because there's so much potential, so much champions in chess. We are sitting with champions at a very young age. They're competing in the international arena. And it's important that we support them. We can't allow the politics outside chess to block our athletes. For us, it's important that our athletes make progress.
Absolutely, progress indeed. Thank you so much, Mr. Vivian Lottery, the president of the Gauteng Sports Federation. But back to matters here at the Dobsonville Stadium. 2-0 to Botswana as things stand. The crowd is waiting to see Botswana, if Lesotho rather, can pull something out and at least level matters and salvage a point. Well, let's get into the second half.
As the scenario would have been a practice, it's worked out in the match here for Botswana.
Fatuge on the receiving end of a beautifully floated ball from a standard situation and making it rather easy work. Goalkeeper Maifo Tuto just picking the ball out of the back of the net.
And also wasn't done doing so, beaten here by a thunderbolt. That came in from Johannes
leaving Patricia Masili for dead on the wings and making sure her strong left foot gives her the desired result as spotting goalkeeper again having left a line. That was a beauty.
Well, the one time was a questionable cross-come shot type goals with Mashawi now coming in for a second of the tournament, aided by the inside of the post.
Mochawe coming from deep and being spotted, and a lovely ball played back to continue to run, and a shot comes strike, making sure that a hopeful cross will give it the results.
3 shots on target, 3 goals for Botswana. They were in control from beginning to end.
A good return from that, as a 60% ball possession put to good use for Botswana.
Well, they also had the better go of it in a goal attempts here. Ball possession stats very much in their favour. They sort of try as they might. Will be a little disappointed with what was on target. Nothing really troubling. More in between the goals then for this Botswana side. She was comfortable throughout most of the afternoon. Also very well protected by her back four.
Well, our player of the match is Kitumeti Ditebe, and to hand over her award is the SAFA president for Erkuruleni and the vice president of SAFA Gauteng. Thank you so much, Papa.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Kitu, how did you see today's game?
Today's game, we wanted to win it so that you can go through to the semi-final. We know our opponents up next at Zimbabwe, so we wanted to win this one.
How big were the 3 points today? And in terms of what the coach told you to do today, how big were the 3 points today?
I will say we are happy about the play. We didn't start well with Namibia, but all we wanted today it was 3 points with many goals, but we didn't. So we'll try up next with Zimbabwe. Thank you.
Kitumeti Ditebe, she is our player of the match from Botswana. Joined now by her coach. You got the job done today.
Yeah, we won, but still I'm a bit worried. The last combination play to finish, we are not still there, though we scored 3 goals.
Do you feel that the team did they carry the tactics well today based on what you planned out? Do you feel like it was planned out well?
In terms of the pockets that we wanted to open, they were able to follow the instructions. The problem is their body orientation when they go into those critical areas to make 1-2 finish. So there they struggle and they lose the ball unnecessarily. So in terms of possession, we were better than the previous game. But in terms of converting our chances, you still have to work on that one.
Just how important were these 3 points and just keeping your hopes alive in this tournament?
Yeah, one can say it's very, very important for us to go into the drawing board with the hope of winning the last game, because we will never know what is going to happen in the next game. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Coach
Mohambi.
Coach Mohambi of Botswana. Joining me now is Coach Pule Khojane of Lesotho. Coach, tough day at the office today.
I think first of all, congratulations to Botswana. I'm not sure why they look sharper than us, but I think it's because they've been playing better games than we have been playing. They've been playing CAF, they've been playing Olympic qualifiers. So I think they were at a better position to win the game than us. But also congratulations to my girls. They played well, even though the game was very tough. But they were there. They were there trying to handle the game. Though sometimes I wouldn't think Botswana was outclassing us. They got 2 goals that were lucky goals. I would say they were lucky goals. They were crosses, but they got in. The only goal I consider as the goal that they beat us with was on standard situation in the corner. Yeah, they were able to hit the ball into the net. I think also it was a pressure to us because they scored too early in the game. Yeah, they scored too early in the game. Yeah.
When we spoke in the pre-match interview, you said the 2 things that you worked on is just closing down those spaces behind the defense as well as finishing. How do you think your team did today?
I think we did well.
Okay.
I think we did well both on the right and on the left with our half wing, the wing halves. On the right, they were managing the space behind. The left wing half was managing the space behind because we didn't want them to play what they wanted to play. I think we did well with that. Yes.
You have your final fixture. I saw you hugging your team. Looked a bit emotional. You were encouraging them. How's the team?
We want to dig 3 points.
Okay.
It doesn't matter even if it looks like we're out of the competition, but 3 points we need.
Thank you so much, Coach. All the best for your next game.
Thank you.